Put an end to drunk driving. Every day, 30 people die due to drunk driving. That means one person dies each hour. According to the CDC statistics of 2016, 1,233 deaths among children were caused by intoxicated drivers. Unfortunately, many of these child deaths are when the child is in the car with the drunk driver. This is how 23-year-old Lauren Prescia killed her 1-year-old son. She was not only drunk driving but also recklessly speeding with her child in the car. I am here today to get you all to never drive drunk or when you yourself see a drunk driver to do the right thing. In the state of California alone, there are 10,327 casualties a year according to the Zebra newsletter. According to NHTSA's Traffic Safety Facts and the Department of Transportation, 42% of drivers in drunk driving deaths were aged 16 to 24 years old. 2,000 college students between the ages 18 and 24 died each year from alcohol-related accidents according to Mothers Against Driving. People continue to die from drunk drivers due to their irresponsibility and carelessness. However, ever since some laws were put into place, the death from drunk driving has lessened drastically. In 1984, Congress raised the drinking age to 21, which is estimated to have saved almost 32,000 lives, according to NHTSA. If more laws like these were enforced, then the deaths from drunk driving would go down. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration states that during each arrest made for drunk driving, 1,000 intoxicated drivers go unpenalized. State Farm Insurance states some ways to avoid drunk driving. Do not drink alcohol alone and always have a sober friend who can drive you, designated driver. If you consume alcohol and don't have a ride, call a taxi or Uber. If you have a friend or know someone who is prone to drunk driving, take their keys if they attempt to drive while consuming alcohol. We talked about how to prevent this from happening, but who is responsible constantly letting it happen? Number one person to blame for drunk driving is yourself. As much as we tell ourselves that it was only that one time, we all know that once you're intoxicated again, your opinion changes. Drunk driving alters your vision, your reaction time, and your concentration. With all these factors, people still decided that it is okay to drive when intoxicated. According to Science Netlinks, drunk driving alters your speed, vision, tracking, concentration, comprehension, and coordination. We must also blame those who are in charge of catching these criminals. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration states that during each arrest made for drunk driving, 1,000 intoxicated drivers go unpenalized. Some police officers think they are doing the right thing by letting drunk drivers off with a simple warning. However, this just shows the drivers that they will not learn from their mistakes and what they are doing is not serious. If the driver is pulled over and is intoxicated, the police officer will tell the driver is intoxicated and will test the person's alcohol consumption with the breathalyzer, and you will get a DUI. A DUI is an acronym for driving under the influence. There is also a DWI, which stands for driving while intoxicated, or in some cases, driving while impaired. The terms can have different meanings or they can refer to the same offense, depending in which state you are in. Most of us are aware of the short-term consequences, including temporary driver's license suspension, fees and fines, high insurance premiums, court-mandated community service, participation in drunk driving education programs, and even jail time. There are mainly two types of California DUIs. The first one is first offense DUI with inquiry, which is 16 to 16 years in state prison, and you also have to give a $1,000 to a $5,000 fine plus restitution to injured parties. The second type of California DUI is a felony DUI, which is 16 to 3 years in state prison, and the fine is $390 to $1,000. Now ask yourself, would I want to go through this? Would I want to not put only myself but my family members as well under stress and pressure for the next couple of years just because I drove with alcohol consumed in my body? We could all do something to reduce the problem. The cure, which is in the last paragraph, State Farm Insurance gives some ways you could avoid drunk driving. I will repeat the solution to drunk driving. Do not drink alcohol alone and always have a sober friend who can drive you. If you consume alcohol and don't have a ride, call a taxi or an Uber. If you have a friend or know someone who is prone to drunk driving, take their keys if they attempt to drive after consuming alcohol. If you have teenagers, I advise you to talk to them about drunk driving. If you believe that you see a drunk driver, pull over to the side and contact the police, providing them with the car's model, their license plate, and location. In conclusion, we talked about the problem with drunk driving and how to avoid it. And if you are ever in a dilemma to drive when you are intoxicated, I hope you look back to this and think wisely. Don't make the same mistake as other drivers. Do not kill innocent people just because of your carelessness. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.